Today, mister.
You know, I like to train, okay? So I do it all the time. This kind of training, maybe not all the time, but the mental aspect of it, definitely. I do come here to the gym, to Physique Magnifique, as we are in the basement as usual. It's 387 Grand Avenue in South San Francisco. Stop on by, check us out. Check the gym out. It has a lot to offer. And it's a place where people gather, professionals that just want to get the work done, get the results that they're after, and have a good feeling. It's a very family-oriented place. So when I do come here and train physical stuff, it is very soothing. It's my form of meditation. The things I was doing earlier, the movements and just kind of getting a sense for it. But the mentality behind everything that I do has to be there. Shows. Even if I'm just relaxing, I have to constantly push the concepts and ideas in my head because that is my focus of training. And it brings up the kind of point that I want to make today is to what sort of student are you? Are you the type of student that you set out to be? Are you the same student you were when you first started your journey in the martial arts, in your training, and whatever thing you're dedicated to? How much have you changed? Has your desire for learning grown, or has it digressed? Are you now just copying things that you know how to do well, or are you furthering those things? These are the questions that go on outside of class, outside of the dojo, outside when I'm driving, when I'm sitting down, when I'm just staring off into space, thinking about what it means to be a student. And that's what this time around it's become. That question, what kind of student am I? Now, a good friend of ours, Conrad Bowie, and his conversation on Konversation, check it out. It's a great video. He's an intelligent man. And he posed the idea that there are various types of people who show up to martial arts schools and seminars, and there's different reasons for being there. Now, they bleed into each other from time to time, but there are some people who are predominantly there because something bad happened in their life and they want to take control. They don't want to feel scared anymore. Nothing bad happened in my life, but that was really the reason I came here, was because I was scared. I didn't want to be scared anymore walking down the street. So I felt that I needed to learn how to protect myself and the people around me. That's one of the people. Other people get into it because they're athletic. They're sports oriented. They like the competition. They like going toe to toe with somebody. They like pushing the limits of their physicality. They like the hard training, conditioning, working out, lifting weights, hitting the bag, trying out techniques that are meant for the mat or the ring. Then there are people who are there because, well, it's part of their job. And what do I mean by that? They're combat-oriented jobs, or jobs that have a high threshold for conflict because, well, you're a police officer or a corrections officer, bounty hunter, military. All these things then have a different mentality by which you approach your training. Then you have people who are just there to socialize, who like the people that do this kind of thing on a regular basis. And they just want to be around them. They just want to make friends. They want to talk. They want to chit-chat. They want to get out of the house. And golf is too expensive. So they'd rather come to a martial arts seminar or even a school. Then you have some people who are, let's say, martial arts career-oriented. The kind of people that want the belt. They want the title. They want to go as high as they can in whatever art they fancy, for the sake of carrying it on, for opening their own school, whatever they do with it later on. But I'm very confident in saying that no matter what reason brought you through the door, that has changed. Or at least I think it should have. Because as we grow in anything we dedicate ourselves to, we now have a way to measure ourselves. I went for my blue belt test and I failed this time around. I'm missing these pieces in order for me to achieve my goal. Now that's a very easy way to then start measuring where you are mentally and physically. Or if, say, you do competition. Oh man, I trained and I trained and I trained and I trained and I still lost my fight. Okay, why did you lose the fight? Okay, you were missing this, you were missing this. Oh, now I know which direction I need to go. And inevitably, because you are now moving in different directions, you're setting new goals or different goals along the way to achieve whatever you initially set out to achieve. There's little changes, little things that happen, whether we know it or not, they're there. For me, I got to a point where I feel confident walking down the street. Technically, I achieved my initial goal. I don't really need to continue training. So, why do I? What kind of student am I now? So of course that gets the gears going, that gets me thinking, that gets me wondering, all right, really, why are you doing this? Sure, like I said, this is fun. Exploring all the movements, understanding everything that goes on, trying different ideas, training with different people, that's all great. I like the socializing, I like the study of it. But for me, the kind of student that I am, the kind of student that I want to be is an introspective one. Now, I don't know if that's one of the categories, but it is the category for me because I want to understand this. My brain, my mind, the thoughts, why I think those things, and why do they go in the direction that they go to? How much can I evolve by understanding the person behind everything else? For me, it's become a backdrop to explore myself and the way by which I can measure whether or not I'm growing, or maybe I'm stunted in a way. I've plateaued in a sense mentally, so I no longer feel the energy or the wants to keep on training. But every once in a while, I reach a question where I have to reevaluate everything and essentially start from scratch. Oftentimes, it requires somebody with enough sense to crack my ego, really, and slap it upside its head to the point where I'm once again humbled, much more than I thought prior. But now I pose it to you guys. Now I ask the question out loud. What kind of student are you? Are you the Monday and Tuesday kind of class, or are you the everyday, 24/7? In one shape or another, you are developing something, a thought, maybe just a step in the 5 minutes that you have in between whatever it is your busy schedule allows you to. Where you're working on something, and not just repeating something, but developing something, making it grow, pushing it beyond the limits of what it was given to you and how it was given to you originally. Question your knowledge. Find wisdom within it. Grow beyond your own limits, whatever they may be. Are you that kind of student? And if you're not, that's okay. Everyone does it for their own reasons. Everyone's going to quit one day or do it for the rest of their life. Really, it does boil down to just those two general categories, lifers and part-timers. I personally feel like I'm a lifer because 8 years down the road and I'm still going. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm barely skimming the surface. I can't imagine how deep this well of knowledge and wisdom can go. And I'm excited to find out, really. And I don't know how much I will in however many years I have before me, after me, to go. I'm not sure how to put that in a time frame because as far as I'm concerned mentally, I'm new to this. And there is so much I want to learn, so much I want to pick from. And if I could, I would dedicate so much more time than I am now. I'm training maybe 2 to 4 times a week, besides helping Rick or taking care of my own classes. Other projects that we have along the lines with colleague conversations, which, by the way, if you haven't liked and subscribed, sign up to YouTube. Use your email and just sign up. You don't have to pay for anything. You just have to sign up so we have a name so you can like and subscribe so we can get the numbers and help us out. If not, There's a donation button down there, which by all means, we will accept that too. If you just want to shut us up, just send money our way, and we'll be happy to stop saying anything about signing up. But till then, please continue. Anywho, my schedule is busy. Also dad of two, full-time job. I wish I could train 4 to 6 hours a day. That would be awesome, because I do want to explore the more physical part of martial arts, this more sports part of martial arts. Lately in my training regimen, I have added boxing to it, focusing still on the mechanics the way I was taught in the Bladed Mind, still focusing on developing where I can generate power with the least amount of energy. I've been getting to a point where I can continuously hit the heavy bag for, I'd say, a good 10 minutes without really gassing out. And it's not like I'm going light, but that's me just training on my own. I would love to get with someone like Mickey Lopez and do some drills with him and MJ. That would be awesome to do. One day maybe go see the Yao Yang guys in Porte Madera up north and train with them. Although I don't know if I'm ready for those guys. Those guys are a little nuts. They are the kind of people that will train 8 hours straight. Okay, and I don't know if I have the stamina just yet for that, but I see the results, and there's a lot to be said about each way of training and each reason for your training. If you put enough dedication into it, you're going to get results. But it all just really begins with what kind of results do you want? Where are you trying to go with this? What are you trying to do with it? If it's just socializing, by all means, that is a great reason to do it. There's a lot of great people in the arts. There's a lot of humble people. There's a lot of good people that will have your back that you should make friends with, in my personal opinion. If you have the time, if you have the physicality to go and try to become a champion in something, do that. Pursue it. Don't let anything stop you, because you will also learn and you will also reach a point where it's going to take you somewhere else. Maybe you'll become an instructor. Maybe you never do it again. But all the people that I've met that do martial arts, that have done martial arts, always speak of it positively. Always say something good from it. They learn something. They gain something from it. All I'm saying now, or reiterating rather, is what are you trying to get out of it? And what kind of student does it make you based off that? That's all. Just an idea, just a concept, something to mull over, and whatever comes of it, that's for you. No one else. And I think that's the great part about what we do, is that this is an exploration of you, the individual. Not the art. If you want to promote the art, that's great too. But again, in my personal opinion, regardless of how meticulous you are with following everything the way that it was taught to you, parts of you will always seep in, and there will always be these little changes, because you can't get away from yourself. But if you can understand that, well, then maybe you can do something more with it. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to do. So, well, thank you for joining me on this Nain short. It's a little bit of a thinking idea that just sort of popped in, because constantly reevaluation of yourself, I think, is the best way to really assess where you are. The more comfortable you get with what you have, the less likely you are to push the limits and push the boundaries. You have to find that discomfort in knowing you're still lacking something, and there's still so much more to go. And that's where I'm at right now. So who knows what kind of student I'll be in a year, in 5, in 10, but right now I'm working towards growing and being more than I am. So hopefully I'll share with you. Hopefully we're still doing this then, because you guys were so great in donating. We're able to do that and continue putting out the content. But thank you. Like, share, subscribe, all that. But till the next one. And as usual, 3, 2, 1.